How's it, guys? My name's Byron, and this is my X2 Sky Striker deck profile from the RDIQ. Unfortunately, I didn't make top 8 or top 16 in the bubble. I got 18th. That was like the biggest bubble I've ever seen, a bit ridiculous. But is what it is. So let's get into the profile.
Cool.
Starting off your 8 copies of Ray. 3 of the good Ray, 2 of the bad Ray. Good Ray, good Ray. Better than her, but like still not good Ray. Next up we had some consistency cards. 2 of these is definitely right. 3 gets bricky. There's nothing worse than revealing one off another one, and at least if you open like the terraforming in one, you can send it.
Nice.
Next up, all the quick play spells. So 3 Widow, 3 Shark. A lot of people play 2, but I find with Desires, I am on Desires. 3 is probably better. It comes up a lot, and it's usually really good going first. Strong into Drytron, strong into a lot of matchups.
Yeah. I guess pretty much most decks have some kind of
grave interaction for sure. And if they make you go first on Striker, you need a way to play around it.
Yeah.
2 one-offs, best card in the deck. As much as people want to say engages, this thing is all your resources every turn, and this you just need to play for outs.
Cool.
Draw power, you need to see Ray. It's not a choice. You can maybe do Prosperity over Desires, but the extra card is nice, especially when you're going second. So I did play Blind second, unless of course it was obviously into Drytron or whatever, then if I could I'd play first.
Okay.
Strongest one up in the game. It's that one for a reason. Protects you against hand traps, super live if they make you go first. Good interactions against Seal and Dragonling. Double MST. I wanted some back row removal in the main deck. It's like 4 Shadows is a really rough matchup, and being able to hit that in the standby, being able to force out like the Chuchis in the virtual world, really good card. This over Cosmic because you can pop your Area 0. Everyone knows that interaction.
Okay. I was just about to ask. Yeah. Clearly, I'm not a Striker player.
Then the thing that makes Striker a competitive deck.
The hand traps.
The hand trap lineup. Chip. So yeah, I opted to play, I think it was 14 hand traps. The choice of hand traps was, this is really good against Tri Brigade, well represented, good against everything. And then I opted for these because targeting negates really good against Drytron, which is like arguably the best combo deck. And then this deck dies to Dragoons. Like you can play around it, but it takes a few turns of setup. It's not an easy thing to play around at all. So you need to stop the Vertes, otherwise you're not winning.
Sure.
Like people tell you can out it with Ningirsu and Rose, but like it takes turns of setup. You don't have 3 spells in grave. If you don't have if they turn 1 Dragoons, you're probably gonna lose.
Sure.
Let's do extra deck.
Cool.
Extra deck is pretty standard. 2 Hayate, 3 Shizuku, 3 Kagari, 1 Kaina. Does come up like so some people consider cutting it. You really can't. Like surviving the extra turn is sometimes all you need. Access code package. This is how you make game in this deck. Then 1 Phoenix for Imperial Order, 1 Zeke because when you take monsters, it's a really strong card. It does a lot. Sending your own Area 0 with its effects also really good. And then 1 Ningirsu Dragoon.
Cool.
Onto the side, 3 Meister, 3 Nibiru. Prank Kids is a super difficult matchup. Like they out-resource you so quickly, and they put together Striker's biggest weakness is if they just put a bunch of monsters on board. They don't even need to do anything. Like you don't have enough removal. You Hayate poke directly. You send your engage, and the next turn, if their resources start spiraling, you're just out of the game. You don't get a play. So was for Prank Kids. Didn't help. I did play a Prank Kids player and got absolutely destroyed. Didn't see them. So it is what it is. Then Imperial Order out. The only thing that really beats this deck loses to bricks and Order. That's the deck's problem. So with these 6 and the 2 MSTs in the main, at least gives you a chance to play.
Cool.
2 different dimension ground. Good against pranks because they need to be sent to grave to trigger. Good against Drytron. Good against Shadows. Good against everything that this deck actually struggles against, except for maybe Virtual World. Like, it's kind of low impact, not useless, but pretty low impact against that matchup, and that matchup's also quite difficult. And then Last Order out and best card on the side.
So how was your? How did you find like your matchups and stuff?
Tourney was tons of fun. My only losses were once to Prank Kids, in which I bricked twice. I bricked horribly. I think it's on Farfa's stream. Like, it was unplayable. Game 1, I opened 5 copies of Ray. It was 3 Ray, 2 Rose. I couldn't do anything. Game 2, I didn't see Ray for 3 turns. So the deck hit both extremes in those matchups. So that was like over in 10 minutes. And then my other loss was Prank Kids. It was a good grind, but unfortunately, like, if that deck gets moving, it's probably stronger than yours. The only deck with like an in-deck engine that outpaces Striker. Other matchups were Tri-Zoo, Drytron, one Infernoid player, which is usually actually a hard matchup for Striker, but like I saw the right cards, different dimension ground put in work, because they just banish your spells and raise. And then one, I can't remember what the last matchup was, but yeah, it was good. X2, I was sitting there waiting to see if I made top 8 or at least got a mat, and then you got 18th, so that was heartbreaking. That's really good there.
I think you guys did really well, especially yourself, because like you were saying, you know, it was pretty much like a top 8 score. There were people that made
it was a top 8 score.
Top 8,
and
top 16. With
unfortunately, only got to 1 day to prepare for this event because, like, I thought from what we were told, we were playing in the next one, and then the day before they were like, by the way, you guys are all playing tomorrow. So we kind of threw decks together really quickly. Nobody borrowed cards. It was just let's go. But yeah.
Oh, cool. But it was awesome result. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Cool. Thanks for the time.
Yeah, anytime. Okay. Anytime. Shout out Flex Gaming.
Shout out.